All right, this is part two. You guys, I'm not kidding around, man. You guys, I know all you Hollywood actors, you world, you enjoy watching my videos. You guys better fucking enjoy this stupid listening series by because once I'm king, I'm peacing out. I'm taking off the throne with my wife, man. I'm making saying this. Once I pay this bullshit fee, and I cry my eyes out, I come back from death, and you guys all want my book. You know what I'm saying? You're amazed my you read my masterpiece, obviously. And I make my nice, I don't know, my nice 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 million dollars. I'm taking off the throne with my wife. I'll see my wife in Los Angeles, cry my eyes out, you know what I'm saying? We go to the hotel room, you know what I'm saying? We meet up, you know what I'm saying? I have a blast with my wife in Los Angeles. I stay in my nice suite in Los Angeles with VJ for a good 1 to 2 days. Go to nice restaurants, go clubbing with her, you know what I'm saying? Make out the club, obviously, dance off to the music. I take off privately to Vancouver, obviously. I'm gonna what? I'm gonna settle in my nice luxury suite in Vancouver. And me and Visa will buy our nice, we'll register for our cards, do our documents, we'll go clothes shopping, get our nice clothes. I'll buy my 2 jets, my nice yacht. No, and me and Visa are gonna make plans for building the $170 million rooftop condo. Super advanced rooftop condo on top of the roof. I'm gonna hire George Lucas. I'll find him obviously, and I'm gonna plan my Skysource film studio. I'm gonna buy my land, build my studio office, and build my special effects unit building, my docking area for the yacht, and my docking area for the jet, my freeway area for the jet, and me and VJ are gonna what? We're gonna what? I'm gonna take my 8-month vacation, travel around the world with VJ, stay at all these nice suites, experience the fame with her, training online every day. Peace out. And what? And I'm gonna hire my directors. I'm gonna be hard at work in the office. Hire my 17. I'm gonna be hard at work in the office for my last Jose Swing project. I'm gonna fund it for take $9 million of my own money, and I'm gonna fund it myself. When you're looking at a movie, even what? Better quality, better technology than even Avatar: Lord of the Rings, and arguably a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by a bit. We're very, very close, but James will take the edge by a bit. I'm saying. And then while I'm experiencing that fame, you guys are all left behind. You're not saved. I'm gonna keep asking this question. Well, what did you gain by doing this, man? Like, yeah, you caused mess in my life, and I paid a price to be with my wife. You killed me, obviously. You caused mess in my life, obviously. You caused mess in my life. You killed me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you saw me and VJ have sex, obviously. But now when me and VJ are king and queen, you chose to keep me here by scenes. You're now left behind. You're not a part of me and VJ's glory. And you're left behind, and you have that shitty feeling forever. Me and VJ are now living forever in this world, and while you guys are all going to die in 10, 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, you're going to die. 50 years from now, you're going to die, and me and VJ are going to live on forever. We're going to be famous movie stars, experience success and fame for our movies, obviously, and all these Hollywood actors and all in New World, you're all left behind. You're left out of my glory. So what did you gain by doing this, world? I'm going to keep asking this, because you guys are fucking stupid people, man. You knew this would happen. You knew you knew. Hey, Ivan gave us a warning. If we make him pay a price to be with his wife, all because of our envy of his beauty, him and VJ's beauty, their relationship, their wealth, obviously, Ivan will also make us pay a price when he's king. We're going to be left behind about my God. Yes, I gave you the warning. If you let your envy take over and you make me pay a price to be with my wife, and you make my wife pay a price to be with me, and you kill me to be with VJ, obviously, when Ivan's king, we're left behind, we're not saved, and we're banned from his glory. Yeah, we also pay a price. Yes. I gave you the warning, and you still made the choice, Amy, because you're fucking stupid people, man. You're fucking rep by people. You're nothing but a mess with VJ made, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. And now only the lucky chosen few are saved, whereas everyone else are left behind. So Peter Jackson, if he's chosen, he's lucky. He's going to get to experience success and fame with me, VJ, for, I don't know, 5 years of his life. He's going to be saved for a good 5 years of his life. He's going to get to experience the international fame and glory with me and VJ for the fucking Last of Us movie project. Aratat, the devil himself. Ephesus, the king bat of the mountains, the devil, obviously. His son fulfilled devils. The unheard technology, revolutionization technology of Zanus. $980 million worth of Zanus. He's going to experience all that. The luxuries of my Skysource company. The world tour. He's going to get to experience all that. The actors for Zanus are going to get to experience all that. And the Lord of the Rings crewmen are going to get to experience all that with me and VJ. Whereas you guys are all left behind. Only a few are saved, and many are left behind. Just like in the Bible, only a few go to heaven. Only a good, I don't know, 100, 200 million people are in heaven in the Bible. 300, 400 million people in the Bible, whereas all the billions of people around the world are all thrown in hell. And if you read the Bible carefully, it says few go with Christ. In the Bible, Jesus talks about how few what? Few are taken, many are left behind. Jesus talks about how there's a narrow path to heaven, obviously. Very few find it, many don't find it. Yeah. That's the symbolism of me and VJ. Only a few are saved in the world, and many are left behind. The majority of the world is left behind, abandoned by God, whereas only a few are saved. Only the 17 and all the crewmen and Lord of the Rings and the actors are saved, whereas everyone else are all left behind. Yeah. Only, I don't know, 1,500 people are saved in the world, and then the billions around the world are left behind and abandoned by God, abandoned for my glory. Yeah. You see what I'm saying here? And the Bible talks about how God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. Yes, all the actors for Zaynets are going to be blessed. I'm paying them their rich millions that Hollywood would never pay. I'm paying the small A actors their rich millions, and I'm giving them a nice like 0.01, 0.02% of the pie. They're making a nice, I don't know, million, million five, 2 million for themselves, extra from the royalties. I'm paying John Boyega, Yvonne Jody their rich millions that Hollywood would never pay. They're all walking away with millions in the bank. I bless them, obviously. They're also making money off the royalties, the merch royalties, and as well as the speaking fees for the world tour. I bless them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? They're famous movie stars. They get the experience luxuries of my Skyscraper company, the perks, the luxury buffet. Man, you know how in the Bible they have something called the 1 year feast in heaven. Jesus spoils all the followers with it. There's a huge wedding feast. There's a huge wedding feast in heaven, obviously, with Jesus. For all the followers of Jesus, obviously, the ones who are saved in heaven, obviously. The symbolism of my company. The actors and crewmen are going to be spoiled with a luxurious feast, man. A luxury buffet, man. All you can eat. Imagine having all you can eat hamburger sliders. All you can eat poutine. Nice breaded crispy fries and like gravy and poutine. Imagine having what? All you can eat pizza. Pepperoni. Like nice thin crust pepperoni. You know what I'm saying? Veggie cheese pizza with your garlic sauce. Imagine having all you can eat ribs and wings. A huge variety of fried rice and a huge variety of a big variety of teriyaki meats, pork teriyaki meats, chicken teriyaki meats, beef teriyaki meats. You also have your what? Your chicken balls, and you have your huge salad bar, coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, corn, peas, cucumbers, broccoli. You know what I'm saying? Vegetarian salad, Caesar salad. You know what I'm saying? Sushi. You can even have sauteed onions. You can have sauteed onions with your rice. I might have to make some nice sauteed onions. You can have that with your rice. Or I can just have them. I'll have like 3 options of fried rice. You can have one. You can have one rice with like sauteed onions. Some nice options of food. Yeah, man. Or you can drink Coke, Mountain Dew, Orange Crush, Sprite, orange juice, Fruitopia, and nice a nice water. Yeah, and all you can drink milks like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. I'm spoiling the actors with a fucking unheard of feast, man, for breakfast, dinner, and dessert, man. My company blows all out of the water. Yeah, man. I gave the actors an unheard of. I gave Peter Jackson an unlimited budget for Zaynets. Peter Jackson does not have to worry about running out of money for his scenes, man. He doesn't have to worry about running. He doesn't have to worry about running out of money for the Horde of the Wolves. Whereas for Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, I remember I watched the documentary. He talked about how he had to what? Yeah, Peter Jackson's like, yeah, I wish I had more money for the ring race. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted the ring race to look more like this. We just couldn't afford it. And so you have to have the ring race look like this, obviously. The ring race looked amazing, Lord of the Rings, obviously. But I guarantee Peter Jackson had budget constraints. He couldn't, there's certain things we couldn't afford to do for the ring race. Yeah, we couldn't make the ring race look like this because I just couldn't, he's like, I couldn't afford it. Yeah, because Warner Bros. Gave Peter Jackson a fuck you $90 million budget, hence he had to what? He had to work with what he had. He pulled it off, as Lord of the Rings looks amazing when you watch it. When you watch Lord of the Rings, it looks like it was made for like $150 million, but it was only made for like $90 million each, man. So if Peter Jackson can do what he did with Lord of the Rings with a $90 million budget per movie, well, I don't know, they gave Peter $270 million, $280 million for the 3 movies, and Peter Jackson pulled it off. Well, imagine me giving Peter Jackson $980 million for the 3 movies. For salaries, pay all the crewmen, the rich pay. I can pay all the Lord of the Rings crewmen the rich $150,000 salary. The crewmen are gonna work much harder for me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I paid what? The actors are consistent millions, much more than how much the actors. The only Lord of the Rings actor who made a lot of money was I told you was Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen made his nice $13 million for the movie. Was all the other actors got their shitty couple $100,000. They didn't make that much money, man, because Warner Bros. Gave Peter a shitty budget. You see what I'm saying? I gave Peter Jackson a $30 million budget for set building. It's a huge budget for building sets. Peter Jackson's like, holy shit, we can build the best sets ever. Yeah, I can build a big artificial mountain, artificial forest. I can build the city of Xanus, Saphius, Cyrus, Barak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the value of the Blood Valley. Well, the Blood Valley, I'll have them just find the location. Like you're looking at unheard of sets, guys. The ancient Gilead city, I can build a 1 acre huge city, man. Huge city, a 1 acre city. The crewmen build all these pillars, and it's the bigger the city, the bigger the set you build, the more top notch will look on camera. Whereas Lord of the Rings for Moria, they built a small set and it looked amazing when you saw it in the movie, obviously. Well, imagine me building like a 0.8 acre city for the ancient Gilead city. They build all these pillars. You build an artificial mountain, an artificial waterfall. I'm gonna have them build an artificial waterfall too. The trees, the mossy trees. Yeah, you're looking at something unheard of for my movie, man. That's why my world will look better than Pandora, except the world looks natural. This has been crazy, man. I gave Peter Jackson $37 million for costumes, armor, and weapons. The machinery for the double mass. So Peter Jackson doesn't have to worry about what? Not having enough money to create the best mask. Yeah, Ivan, we can afford to rent the best machinery for creating the 3D print masks for Aerotech, for Full, and all them. Something like that animal picture. We can rent the best machinery for creating all those costumes and weapons. We can create the best weapons for all the actors in the movie fighting, as well as some of the extras, obviously. And we can also rent the best weapons or buy the best weapons for the extras in the war who are fighting, obviously. The wolves and the bats and the humans. You see what I'm saying? We can create the best costumes for all the human actors and animal characters in the story. If you thought the costumes that those actors for Lord of the Rings were nice, think of costumes even better than that for Xanus, because I'm putting $37 million, guys, towards costumes, armor, and weapons. Creating the clothing designers can create the best costumes for all the actors in the movie. It looks something crazy, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving Peter Jackson $35 million towards the extras, as I can afford to hire 60,000 extras for my movie. All the 13, 14 gatherings in my movie, I can afford to have the 15, 30,000 extras all gathered for that scene. It'll cost me a good, I don't know, 13, 14 million bucks for the 14 gatherings in the movie. I can easily afford it. All the gatherings in the movie, as well as all the extras for the war, the 25,000 wolves, the 800 bats, you know what I'm saying, and the 15,000 Zane army, I can afford to shoot for a good 8 days. It'll cost me a good, I don't know, 13, 14 million bucks for the 8 days of shooting, but I can easily afford it because I have a big $35 million budget for extras. You see what I'm saying? I gave Peter Jackson unlimited budget. Yeah, Peter, you don't have to worry about adding CGI effects for the war. I can have 25,000 extras for the war, and I can have 15,000 extras for the Zane army. You don't have to worry about having a couple hundred extras and adding in your CGI. Holy shit, I mean, the war will be better. It'll be more professional because we don't have to worry about adding in all these. They're gonna add in special effects, obviously, for the extras wearing the masks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna add in special effects for the war, obviously, but like you don't have to worry about the cheesy CGI. You see what I'm saying? For Lord of the Rings, when in Two Towers, when the orc high were approaching the wall, you can tell the orcs look very real. But the moment they start climbing out the ladders, you can tell they looked computery because they applied CGI effects towards those orcs. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that for my movie, as I'm actually going to hire 25,000 extras for the Demon Wolf army and 15,000 Xanians for the Zane army. And I'm going to train them for 3 weeks in fighting. That way they have good coordination with their fighting. I'm probably looking at a better war than even what you got for fucking Helm's Deep. As in my opinion, the Helm's Deep War was the best battle in Lord of the Rings. I know a lot of people like the Return of the King battle better, but it's not better than Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep was the best battle in the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? As I told you, the Pelennor Field battle with King Theoden and his army versus the orcs wasn't that great of a war. It's just horses running over the orcs. The speech and charge was amazing. That was beautiful, obviously. Better than the speech and charge of Helm's Deep, obviously. But the war of Helm's Deep is better than that battle, that war. You know what I'm saying? It's rushed. That war was rushed. The Gondor War with Gandalf and Pippin and the orcs was pretty good, obviously, but it wasn't as good as Helm's Deep. The war in the beginning, when they're fighting in Osgiliath, whatever it is, Faramir and all them fighting the orcs in Osgiliath, that was okay. And they flee to Minas Tirith, that was okay, obviously. And the war in the end, when Aragorn and all them created diversion, that war wasn't that great either. It was rushed. Two Towers has the best war in the movie. I guarantee Peter Jackson agrees with me. I agree with what you're saying. I think Helm's Deep's the best war. Yeah, Helm's Deep is the best war in Lord of the Rings. It's better than all the Return of the King wars. And Fellowship of the Ring, you don't have any war. Fellowship of the Ring, you just have battle sequences. You have the battle in the Mines of Moria, and you have the battle sequence. Yeah, that was sick, obviously, but it wasn't as good as Helm's Deep. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. If you think the war in Lord of the Rings was good, man, think of something better than that, man. Because I'm pouring $400 million towards what? Towards special effects. So I'm giving Peter Jackson all that money for all those main things, obviously. Obviously, what? The set building, the salaries, obviously, the costumes, armor, and weapons for the movie, obviously, the extras. You also have the IMAX cameras. I'm renting the best IMAX cameras in the business. The best ones. The best film ones in the business. You know what I'm saying? And IMAX cameras are expensive. They're like $500,000 a pop. For Lord of the Rings, they would for a $90 million. If I made Zanes for $90 million, I wouldn't be able to afford to get the IMAX cameras, because IMAX cameras are very expensive. To rent a good 10 of them will cost me like $5, $6, $7 million bucks, man. They're expensive. If you have a $9 million budget, that's a big cut on the budget. You see what I'm saying? Whereas because I put $9 million for Zanes, I can easily afford to rent 10 cameras. 10 cameras, but you have to be smart. Don't be stupid. I'm gonna tell you, Peter. I don't want to rent 23 cameras. You're wasting money. 10 cameras is more than enough. We're going to have 4 main cameras for the main scenes. As most movies have a good three cameras for the main shots. 4 main cameras. I'll hire 4 main cinematographers for the main shots. And then and the assistants will what? We'll focus on the drones, the high shot footage for the drones. I'll have a good 3 drones. Rent a good 3 drones. That's enough for the high shot footages. And the other cameras are used for the gliding and the stand zone, the gliding and all that stuff. Use another 3, 4 for gliding. 4 for the main shots, and the other ones are all side cameras. Like 3 for the high shots for the drones, other ones for gliding, you see what I'm saying? But the main cameras are also going to be on camera stands and gliders too, for the main shots too. So 10 cameras is more than enough for a movie. As most movies, they have 3 main cameras and that's it. They have 3 main cameras for the main shots. And that's it. Yeah, Ivan, 10 cameras is more than enough for Zanus. Yeah, 10 cameras is more than enough for Zanus. As Lord of the Rings, they filmed with like 3 cameras at a time when they filmed all the scenes. Okay, Peter, I want multiple camera shots, but I don't want to go crazy and rent like 20, 30 cameras. You're wasting money. I don't want to waste money. We need to save as much as we can. 10 cameras. Peter, how does 10 cameras? So, yeah, Ivan, 10 cameras is enough. We rent 10 of the best IMAX cameras in the business. The best film ones. We rent film IMAX cameras for the movie. See what I'm saying? We rent 10 of the best film IMAX cameras for the movie. You see what I'm saying? We rent 10 of the best film IMAX cameras for the movie. That's enough, and we can rent the best equipment for the cameras. And Peter Jackson will help me. Well, I know all the best companies. Okay, Peter, let's call the companies in America and let's rent all this. Okay, hey, this is Peter Jackson. I'm saying, this is Sky's Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We're making a movie. We want to rent some of your cameras. Okay, what kind of cameras do you want to rent? We want to rent your IMAX cameras. You guys have IMAX cameras? Yeah, we have IMAX cameras. Okay, we want to rent the best of your IMAX cameras. You guys have film IMAX cameras? Yeah, we have film IMAX cameras. Okay, we want to rent 10 of your film IMAX cameras. And we also want to update all the cameras for focus and sound. We update the lens and the speakers. then we get unheard of quality for your movie, obviously. We also want to rent your best equipment for the cameras, your best stands, your best gliding equipment, your best drones for the high shot footage. Okay, how much drones do you want to rent? I don't know, we want to rent 3 of your drones for the movie, that's enough. 3 of your best drones in the business. We rent the best drones in the business, yeah. Hey, we want to rent your CGI computer software technology. Okay, how much money you want to put towards CGI? I don't know, we're going to put 400, 410, 415 million towards CGI technology special effects. And the people are shocked. Holy shit! You want to put 400 million, guys? You're looking at the revolutionization of technology for your movie. Yeah, something even better than Avatar. Yeah, something better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings for the technology of the world building. If you thought Middle Earth looked amazing, think something better than that for Lord of the Rings, and think something better than Pandora in Avatar. Yeah, man. Think of something better than that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's why my Skyscraper company will blow hell out of the water. And because I paid Peter his $106-7 million in New Zealand money, and I gave him a nice 0.6%, he's walking away with millions in his bank. 140, 150, 160, 180, $200 million in his bank, Peter Jackson. He will work hard for me because he knows he's gonna get a fat. He's gonna strike it rich, obviously. And he'll work hard for me. He won't slack off. Peter Jackson will work really hard for me because he got a nice check in the bank. Mel Gibson worked hard for me, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm going to keep saying this. If you thought Elijah Wood's acting was good in Lord of the Rings, think about this. Elijah Wood got paid shitty money for Lord of the Rings, and he fucking acted his ass off. He's destroyed the role of Frodo. My God, Sean Astin destroyed the role of Sam. You can argue Sean Astin stole the show of Lord of the Rings, man. In my opinion, Sean Astin and Ian McKellen stole the show of Lord of the Rings. Ian McKellen, you can argue, was the best actor in Lord of the Rings. I'm not surprised. The reason why he stole the show is because he got paid the most money. That's why you can tell Ian McKellen, he worked the hardest out of everyone, obviously, because he got the fatter paycheck, obviously. The more money you pay them, the harder they'll work. That's why Ian McKellen arguably stole the show. But in my opinion, Sean Astin and Ian McKellen are the 2 actors who stole the show in Lord of the Rings. Sean Astin destroyed the role of Sam. Even though Elijah Wood destroyed the role of Frodo, obviously, he did not act on the same level as Sean Astin. Sean Astin destroyed the role of Sam, man. Especially in Return of the King, he destroyed that role. Elijah Wood destroyed the role of Frodo, obviously, but you can tell when Elijah Wood acts, sometimes he tries too hard. You can tell he overacts. He overacts with his character, obviously. Yeah, you can tell Elijah, he doesn't look as natural as guys like Sean Astin, you know what I'm saying? He still destroyed the role of Frodo, obviously, but you can tell sometimes when he's acting, you can tell he tries a bit too hard. He overacts with his acting, Elijah Wood. Whereas Sean Astin looked a little bit more natural with the role of Sam. He destroyed the role of Sam. Billy Boyd, Dominic Monaghan, you know what I'm saying? Viggo Mortensen, Orlando Bloom, John Wright Davis, the actor for Eowyn, the actor for Eomer, the actor for King Theon, they all destroyed the role, guys. And yet they got shitty money. And yet they acted their ass off. You can only imagine how much harder these actors are going to work. The minor actors for my movie are even going to work their ass off because I'm paying them more money than how much those Lord of the Rings actors got in Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying? The amount of money I'm paying the actors for Bass, Mass, Durius, and all them, I'm paying them like $250, $300K. That's more than how much money the Lord of the Rings actors got for a major fucking role, man. As I told you, most of the Lord of the Rings actors got like $250K for the movie. And I'm paying the minor characters that money for a minor role. That's why the minor characters, you're going to see them working their ass up too. The actor for Mel, Lau, the actor for Lithius, Baramis, they're pretty major characters. Those actors I'm paying $60,000, $80,000. They're going to work their asses off because they got a nice paycheck. $60,000 is a nice paycheck for a pretty major role. As I guarantee you, the actor for Eomer and Arwen only made like $100K, $80K for the movie. For Lord of the Rings. They probably only made their $80,000, $70,000, $100,000 for the movie, and they still, which is a not bad paycheck for a minor role, and they still worked their asses off. They fucking destroyed the role, man. You see what I'm saying here? You look at the actor for Eomer and Arwen in Lord of the Rings, they destroyed the role, man. They fucking killed the role. And they got their shitty money, and they still worked hard. My guess is those actors probably made like $100K. If Elijah Wood and them got $250K for a major role, chances are those actors got maybe $80,000, $70,000 for the movie. For the movie. They probably got their $70,000, $80,000, those actors. And they worked their ass off. Yeah, not bad paycheck for a minor role. You can get a nice car with that money. Get a nice cheaper Benz, BMW with that money, obviously. But what? They got their shitty money and they still worked hard. You see what I'm saying? And I'm paying the minor characters $250. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles and Crows have very, very minor scenes in the book, and I'm paying those actors like $100, like $50,000, $70,000. More than even how much those actors for Lord of the Rings got. Those minor actors got for Lord of the Rings. Hence, they're all going to work harder for me. They're going to work their asses off. You see what I'm saying? They're all going to work harder for me. They're going to work their asses off. I'm giving all the small A-listers a small piece of the pie for the royalties. 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, they're all going to make a nice $800, $700, million, $1.5 million, $2 million in royalties. Hence why, which is more than how much those Lord of the Rings actors got. And that's how much I'm paying them for a fucking royalty, for royalty. Because I paid Idris Elba his 12.5, Don Cheadle his 10, Andy Serkis his 7.8, the actors for Queen Sarah are 8.5. You know what I'm saying? Digimon Su is nice 10.9. They're all going to work their asses off for me because they're all walking away with millions in the bank. 3 million, 2.5, 4 million, 4.5, 5 million, $5.5 million in the bank they're walking away with after taxes. The agents and the rates, they're all walking with millions in the bank. They're going to work hard for me. Whereas those Lord of the Rings actors only walked away with a couple hundred, I don't know. The Lord of the Rings actors walked away with like $100,000 in the bank after the movie was finished. Because they got their shitty $2,000. They still worked hard. But they got their $1 million bonus. So I guarantee Warner Bros. Gave them the deal, okay, if the movie's successful, you will pay your $1 million bonus. So they got their nice $1 million bonus, but even with the bonuses, I'm still paying the Zanus actors way more money than how much those actors in Lord of the Rings made. In other words, once all you Lord of the Rings actors see my documentary for Zanus, and they see how much money I'm paying all my stars, all the major characters, they're going to be shocked. Holy shit. Ivan's company blows all out of the water. Ivan just offered like 15 of the main stars like their consistent millions. Yeah, he paid them their consistent millions. You know what I'm saying? The actor for Sirius, Eli, Cornelius, and Mary, Ivan paid them all their nice $3 million, hence they're going to work hard for me. More than how much those Lord of the Rings actors got. You see what I'm saying? Ivan paid what? Ivan Joje his $4 million. So the money that Ivan Joje is making is more than how much guys like Elijah Wood and Viggo Mortensen made in Lord of the Rings for the movie. Obviously, think about that for a second. He paid John Boyega his $8.9 million. You see what I'm saying here? Way more than how much those Lord of the Rings actors made. He paid the actor for Queen Sarah $8.5. You know what I'm saying? He paid Andy Serkis $7.8. That's more than how much he made for Lord of the Rings. For Lord of the Rings, Andy Serkis, I heard, made about $1 million for the movie. And he worked his ass off. Yeah, and he was a dirty slave too, don't forget that. And Hollywood did not spoil him the way I spoiled him. With luxurious buffet and all stuff, 3 beers. He didn't spoil him the way I spoiled him, obviously. And they didn't give him his freedom. And he still worked his ass off, obviously. He destroyed the Wolf Golem. And he only made his $1 million. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When they see how much I offer Idris Elba, I offered Idris Elba $12.5 million. And like 0.02% of the pie, which is like $1 million in royalties. You know what I'm saying? So what? Idris Elba will make pretty much the same amount of money as like what? Same amount of money or a little bit more than how much what? Ian McKellen made. Ian McKellen made $13 million. Idris Elba will probably make his like $14 million for my movie. Because 0.02% from my movie is probably about, I don't know, $1.5 million maybe in royalties. I don't know. Probably around that $1 million, $1.5 million range, $2 million. I don't know. It just depends how much I make, obviously. Obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? Ivan offered Don Cheadle his $10 million. Way more than how much those Lord of the Rings actors got. Hollywood, Warner Bros. Could not afford to pay those Lord of the Rings actors that kind of money. No, they only had a $90 million budget, obviously. A $80 million budget for the 3 movies. Ivan offered what? Digimon Su his $10.9 million. And he gave Digimon Su a good like 0.01% of the pie. He's walking away with like $800,000, $700,000 in royalties with his $10.9 million. I'm easily competing with Hollywood. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they're all going to work harder for me. You know, I even offered all the small A actors or rich millions. He gave them a nice like 0.01, 0.02, 0.03% of the pie. I know Don Cheadle makes his $1.8 million, $1.7 million in royalties with his excluding his $10 million salary. Holy shit, Ivan's company easily competes with Hollywood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Xanax will not have any bigger A-listers, hence why I don't have to worry about giving up like 0.1, 0.2% of the pie from the 1%. But I'm hiring like 4 small A-listers for that movie, and they're all going to get a piece of the pie. A nice 0.01, 0.02, 0.03 of the pie. You see what I'm saying, huh? Yeah, my company easily competes with Hollywood, man. That's where all those Lord of the Rings actors are going to be shocked. Like, holy shit. Ivan's company blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah. The amount of money Ivan's paying all those actors for Xanax is like $80 million on his budget, man. And that's almost the entire budget for one of the Lord of the Rings movies, yeah. As all the Lord of the Rings movies were made for about $90 million each. You see what I'm saying? Whereas what? The amount of money I'm paying the Hollywood actors is almost the entire budget of one of the Lord of the Rings movies. Ivan's salary budget is more than how much all the Lord of the Rings movies were made for combined. Lord of the Rings was made for about $280 million for the 3 movies, and I'm putting $410 million towards salaries. That's where my company easily competes with Hollywood and blows Hollywood out of the water. You see what I'm saying, right? Holy shit, Ivan's paying all the crewmen the amount of money like all these actors made in Lord of the Rings, man. I'm paying the crewmen $150K. That's almost the amount of money the actors made for Lord of the Rings. All the actors for Lord of the Rings made their $250,000, and Ivan's paying the crewmen their $150,000. Almost the amount of money the actors made for Lord of the Rings. The supervisors are making the amount of money the actors made for Lord of the Rings. They're making their $200,000 or $250,000, $270,000. The supervisors for Weta Workshop, I'm paying like $270,000. That's how much money the Lord of the Rings actors got for Lord of the Rings. See what I'm saying? My company easily beats out Hollywood. See what I'm saying? Huh? The amount of money I'm paying the Hollywood actors is like almost the entire budget for one of the Lord of the Rings movies. All the Lord of the Rings movies were made for $90 million each. 93, 94 million each around there. So my guess is the movie was made for about $280 million, $290 million Lord of the Rings for the 3 movies. That's why I gave Peter Jackson an unlimited budget, you see what I'm saying? I gave Peter Jackson an unlimited budget. That's why my company easily, beats out Hollywood. That's why all those other actors are going to envy. Oh my god, fuck man, Peter Jackson's lucky. He gets to work in Ivan's like $980 million budget movie. Ivan gave him an unlimited budget. Ivan's giving him 0.6% of the pie. Peter Jackson's gonna make his millions, obviously, and he gave what? He's paying Peter Jackson's rich $85 million, which is like $107 million in New Zealand money. You know what I'm saying? Peter Jackson's saved. He's a part of Ivan Skyscraper's company, the Perks. He experienced that fame with Ivan Media for his amazing Xanax story, and man, Peter Jackson's lucky. Yeah, all those other actors are gonna be envious, obviously. You're looking at something crazy. I'm not sure I'm gonna have here.